All right, now that you know how to create a function, I want to show you another way to do the same thing. So everything that we've done so far has been done by creating a variable. But in JavaScript, we don't have to create a variable to create a function. We can create a function by using the function keyword directly. So if I say function print, and then your parentheses, and then your execution block, this will do essentially the same thing. There is a small nuance between the difference between this and this, but I really prefer creating functions this way. And there's reasons for that, and we're not going to get really deep into it. So moving forward, I'm going to create functions by using the function keyword and not creating a variable. Again, here we're saying variable print equals a function, but we can just use the keyword function, give it a name, and then give it parameters and an execution body. So here is the function declaration, and this is the name. If we were saying var print, this is function print. All right, so I want to talk about these curious little parentheses right here. These parentheses hold your parameters. So what is a parameter? Simply put, a parameter is a placeholder for future data. You don't always want a function to run the exact same thing. For example, if I type my name into a form on a website and I click enter, I don't want it to enter in somebody else's name. I want it to use the information that I gave it. So what we do is we use parameters. So I'm going to give this function a parameter called name. And I want this function to print out whatever name I gave it. So here I'll say console.log and then print out the name that I gave it. So right now, name doesn't do anything. If I run this program, you'll see that it doesn't print out anything. It says undefined because I didn't give it any data. So now that I gave this some placeholder data, when I call the function, I need to give it some real data. So here I'll say Tanner. When I create the function, I give it a parameter that is a placeholder for future data. And then when I call a function, I'm going to give it real data. So here I'm saying print out Tanner. This is my name. I want you to print it out. And now when I run the function, it says Tanner. And we can do this with anything. So let's repeat this process, and I'm going to create a new function. I'll say function add, give it parentheses for parameters, and then an execution body. So this is going to add two numbers together. So I'm going to give it two parameters. I'll call it num_a and num_b. And I just want it to console.log num_a plus num_b. So what this is going to do is it will add whatever two numbers I give it, and then it will print out the result. So let's come down here and run this function with actual data. Add 1 and 2. So now that when we run this function, it will console log the sum of those two numbers. 3. So that's what parameters are. It's that simple. It's a placeholder for future data. We write our parameters inside of the parentheses that become right after the function name. And then we can use those parameters, those placeholders, inside of our execution body. And our code will run with the data that we give it when we call it.